The Earth is not a stable rock drifting silently through space. It is a living system, magnetic, electrical, and geological, constantly in motion, constantly under stress. And when these systems connect in resonance, the result is not one isolated disaster, but a cascade of events. At the very center lies the core. Nearly 3,000 kilometers beneath our feet, a sphere of iron and nickel spins inside a sea of molten metal. Heat rising from this inner furnace drives colossal convection in the outer core, powering the geodynamo, the engine that generates Earth's magnetic field. This invisible shield has protected life for billions of years, deflecting solar winds and cosmic radiation. But the balance of the core is shifting. Seismic studies suggest the inner core may be slowing, or even reversing its rotation relative to the mantle. Such changes ripple outward, disturbing the geodynamo. And as the flow weakens, the shield above us begins to fail. The poles drift faster than ever recorded. The field itself has declined by nearly 10% in just over a century. In regions like the South Atlantic anomaly, the magnetosphere thins so much that satellites are crippled by radiation every time they pass overhead. This is not simply an inconvenience. It is a structural failure of the Earth's defenses. With the shield compromised, high-energy particles from the sun and even galactic cosmic rays penetrate deeper into the atmosphere. The atmosphere responds like an overloaded circuit. Auroras expand far beyond the polar regions, appearing where they do not belong. Transient luminous events, red sprites, blue jets, and gigantic jets flare into existence, carrying electrical discharges from thunderclouds to the edge of space. These are not decorative anomalies. They are discharges on a planetary scale, a system trying to stabilize an excess of charge. The atmosphere acts as a capacitor, building energy until the threshold is breached. And when it discharges, the circuit completes downward, linking the ionosphere to the crust of the Earth. The electrical sky is not just an omen. It is a direct expression of instability in the Earth-space system. The crust does not remain unaffected. Fault lines, long under pressure from tectonic forces, become ionized as electric currents flow into them. Rocks under strain release electrical charges, creating flashes of light and plasma glows known as earthquake lights. These are not myths. They are measured phenomena, proven in laboratories where stressed granite emits currents strong enough to produce visible discharges. In the real world, these signals precede rupture. Friction drops, pore pressures shift, and locked plates suddenly give way. The result is violent seismic release. What we call earthquakes are not purely mechanical failures. They are electromechanical events, triggered as much by currents from above as by stresses from below. But when the crust fractures, it does more than shake. It awakens what lies beneath. Magma, under immense pressure, finds pathways to rise. Mantle plumes, massive columns of heat rising from the core mantle boundary, intensify as the balance of energy deep within the Earth shifts. Dormant volcanoes become active. And here again, electricity plays its role. High voltage discharges can heat magma chambers directly, just as an arc torch melts metal. Pressure builds rapidly. Combined with fractures created by seismic slip, the result is eruption. Towers of ash punch into the stratosphere. Sulfur dioxide spreads, and the atmosphere begins to dim. This is not simply a local event. It is a climate-altering force. Temperatures drop, rainfall shifts, agriculture falters. Volcanoes are the Earth's safety valves, but when they erupt in sequence, they reshape entire ages. This is where the true danger emerges. The cycle is not linear. It is a feedback loop. A destabilized core weakens the field. A weakened field invites cosmic energy. The atmosphere overloads and discharges. Those discharges trigger earthquakes. The earthquakes awaken volcanoes. The eruptions alter the climate and atmosphere. And the altered atmosphere feeds back into the magnetic system, pushing the core mantle engine further from balance. Each step amplifies the next. Once initiated, the loop accelerates on its own, feeding energy back into the system without pause. Humanity stands directly in the crossfire of this process. Coastal megacities collapse when earthquakes trigger tsunamis. Farmland disappears beneath ash and acid rain. Rivers dry, monsoon systems falter, and food chains collapse. Satellites in orbit fail as radiation levels rise. Power grids and communication systems on the ground are destroyed by geomagnetic storms and surges. History has shown that civilizations fall during smaller cycles of these events. Entire cultures have vanished in the shadows of pole shifts, great quakes, and eruptions. But today the world is globalized, fragile, and dependent on delicate infrastructure. The impact of the next great cycle will not be regional, it will be planetary. Yet cycles such as these are not only destructive, they are resets. Each collapse clears the stage for regeneration. Ash-covered land grows forests again. Oceans destabilized by imbalance eventually return to equilibrium. Ecosystems collapse, but new life evolves in their place. The Earth is not simply being destroyed, it is being cleansed. Just as a human body accepts painful treatment, even violent surgery. To rid itself of disease, the planet accepts upheaval as part of its survival. Painful, relentless, unavoidable, and necessary. Every epoch bears the scars of this pattern. Each age repeats the cycle. Civilizations are forced to confront their fragility, and each time, only fragments endure. The question is not whether the cycle will return. It always returns. The true question is what role humanity will play when it does. Will we despair at the destruction, clinging to systems that cannot survive? Or will we recognize it as the Earth's way of beginning again? A reset written not only in the skies or in the crust, but in the fire of the core itself. For humanity, the cycle is a mirror. It exposes our fragility, but it also tests our will. Civilizations that denied the signs collapsed. Those that adapted endured, even if only in fragments. The lesson is clear. Survival is not granted. It is earned. We can continue to place faith in fragile networks, in economies built on illusions of permanence, in infrastructures that will crumble under the weight of planetary forces. Or we can accept the truth. The Earth does not bend to us. We must bend to it. In the end, the real question is not whether the Earth will recover. It always recovers. The real question is whether we will be here to witness that recovery. Will humanity vanish? Just another layer in the sediment of history? Or will we choose to adapt, to prepare, and to rise with the reset? The answer will not be written in the stars or in the core. It will be written by us.